What's up, everybody? I'm Big Mike.
And I am Brando.
And this is Brewheads.
You damn right.
And the Lord said,
Brewheads! And today we are at Trenscend Brewing.
On Triano Drive, off of, what is it, Lovely Lane?
Lazy Lane.
Lazy Lane? Yeah, that's me. So,
introduce yourself to the fine people, because you are the man, myth, the legend.
Yes.
I don't know about any of that, but I'm Eric, co-owner of Trenscend Brewing, and yeah, we're here to talk. So,
yes, we are definitely here, because first off,
Yep.
we're starting off with a Pilsner, which is wonderful for us. We have been on a Pilsner pilgrimage.
Yes.
Like,
wonderful. Likewise.
What?
Traditional style.
yeah, so we have like Pilsners, Belgians, wit beers, Belgian triples. We are all... I poured a little too heavy. That's what I get.
Oh, God. That's...
So tell us about...
Is it
Elegy.
elegy? Okay, I was going to say eulogy, but we'll go with elegy.
I was about to say algae, but I know that was wrong.
Definitely not Elegy. Wrong color.
Yep.
So tell us about this one.
So Elegy is a German-American, I should say German-inspired Pilsner. I say it's a German-American Pilsner. Brewed a little bit of Vienna malt and 100% Hallertau Mittelfrüh for the hops to give it the German character, and a little bit of Vienna for the German character. And yeah, we just take a real careful, brewing process to make this, and I couldn't be happier. It's just super clean.
Yeah. Mine's not stopping.
No, it's yours.
It is.
I can see
It will.
clearly through this thing.
Yeah, came out nice.
That is, wow.
That is beautiful.
And it smells wonderful.
There's something in a lot of Pilsners that when I drink, and I'm not sure if it's yeast derived or processed, and I absolutely love Pilsners, but
Yep.
a lot of times I get sort of like this stale character.
Ah.
And that was the one thing that I was trying to eliminate from this beer.
Yeah.
And I think I did it, because I don't get it in this at all, and it's just, nice and
it's,
snappy.
Yeah, it's very crisp.
Very, very crisp. I love the bready aspect
bready backbone.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I truly understand what you mean about the kind of the staleness, almost like the beer sat for too long.
Yeah, almost like a little cardboardy character.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, if it's a particular yeast strain, but I chose the ingredients very carefully for this and Rhapsody, which is the other Pilsner that I released a few months ago. Basically for that reason, just to try to keep them as clean as possible. This one's going to have a little bit less bitterness than Rhapsody, which was a Bohemian.
Okay.
Czech inspired. That's going to have higher IBUs. This one's a little bit more approachable, I'd say. A little less offensive to some people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it is kind of like, I wouldn't say sweet, but definitely no bitter bite to it at all.
Yeah.
It's very approachable.
And Rhapsody has a little bit more bitterness and a little bit more spice to it, which I love.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do one of each just so, people can have a little variety.
Now, with you on a smaller scale, how kind of time-consuming constraint is it for you to do a Pilsner?
It's tough. I have to tie up a tank for about 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Fermenting.
Okay.
And I could brew 3, sours or IPAs in the same time as one Pilsner.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have to just schedule things very carefully. Obviously, when we grow and I have more tank space, it's going to be something that we have on all the time.
Yeah.
But right now I only have 4 fermenters, so yeah, it ties up one of the 4 for a long time.
This is fucking amazing, man.
Thank you.
I want pizza. I want pizza with this.
Wings, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the other day I was eating some wings and drinking one, and I've never had like a better pairing in my life. It was awesome. J. Tim's.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is amazing.
How are you seeing the Pilsner game? Is it coming back? Is there
I don't
like
think
a
it ever
resurgence?
left. For me, a Pilsner's a different kind of a lager, right? Because you have your American light lagers and you have Hellas's, and they're almost and I don't want to say flavorless, but like they're very mild.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like a Pilsner because it definitely is more like flavor assertive. And I think people are starting to want more flavor even in their light beers, and I think
Yeah.
that's where Pilsners are coming into
Yeah.
play versus just like, you know, your Bud Light type of beer.
Yeah,
Whatever. So,
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
If I want a light beer, a Pilsner is definitely like my first choice
Yeah.
because of the flavor. I mean, because, you know, when you're in this, you enjoy it more so for the flavor than anything else.
Yep.
So to have a light beer just for the sake of having a beer,
Exactly.
you know, I'd rather have some flavor,
Yes.
enjoy what I'm drinking.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where Rhapsody, the other Pilsner I make, I prefer just because it's even more like intense.
Yep.
It's spicier, it's more bitter, almost like a bad analogy, but like a West Coast IPA versus New England. You know, like the two
Gotcha.
styles.
Okay.
No,
One is just,
I got you. Yeah.
sharper and
Yeah.
So
What kind of hops are with the Rhapsody? Or is this-
Rhapsody, again. So I call this Rhapsody a Bohemian
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
It's all Pilsner malt, but then Czech Saaz, which gives it the spiciness.
Yeah.
And then I actually use a little bit of Cascade, which is where the American part comes
Oh,
in.
okay.
Yeah,
So
little
I
twist
blend
on it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely our own. It's traditional, but not traditional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think I've had the Bohemian. Yeah, I haven't had Bohemian. Is it
It's,
pretty much like just as clear or a little bit hazier than this, or with the
Well, no,
Cascade?
it should be just as clear. It's a little bit lighter because there's no Vienna. It's
Mm-hmm.
just all Pilsner malt. And then, like I said, a little more bitter and a little spicier.
This is very impressive. I really like. It's got that Vienna, that little sweet, but it's still.
Yep, this one's going to be a little maltier than Rhapsody, but again, less bitter and less spicy. A little sharper, too. Rhapsody's going to be just a little bit softer in the water profile.
We always say a Pilsner is the Speedo of beers.
Yep.
You know,
Can't hide anything.
can't hide nothing. Yeah, you can't hide nothing. When
I'm
you
like,
put on,
explain.
no, when you put on a Speedo, you're that's
Yeah,
it.
you're out.
You're
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Can't hide nothing.
Right.
Set the
And-
rumors aside.
Yeah.
Coming out,
And
you know,
I'm-
you're letting everyone know.
Yep.
And the Pilsner is one of those things where it's like you can truly judge a brewery, you know,
Yeah.
how their Pilsner comes out. And goddamn, this thing is textbook, man.
Yeah.
Well-
no, you can't hide anything
Yeah.
in it. It's
So, my whole philosophy on that, you know, everyone says, oh, Pilsner's the hardest beer to make because you can't hide anything. It's
Yeah.
light and, you know, it's not like overly hopped. And if you have a good brewing process start to finish, it should be the same for every beer. So, you shouldn't cut corners because you're going to hop the hell out of an IPA,
Right.
or cut
Exactly,
corners
yeah.
because you're going to fruit the hell out of a sour.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It should be the same start to finish for every recipe, no matter what. It just so happens that, yes, a Pilsner isn't going to allow, you know, for you to mask any imperfections.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if your process is dialed in from start to finish, if you have good cleaning routines, you know, and you're not taking any shortcuts, every brewery can make a good Pilsner.
I mean, with all the adjuncting that you do with
Yeah.
a lot of your beers, your cleaning process has to be on
Yeah.
point.
Yep. Yep. I clean every tank between every batch every time. So
Yeah.
it's time consuming. I'm doing 75% cleaning and, you know, 25%
Yeah.
brewing, if that.
I mean, with some of the thickness that comes out of those tanks.
Yeah. So
just
that's
then
the
to be
thing.
able to pop out one like this.
When we have a tap room, oh man, I don't even know if I want to serve some of my sours, you know, because it's just
Yeah.
it's gonna smash those tap lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to purge a tap line almost every day. Some of those
Just go
sours-
straight from keg.
Yeah.
Just keg set
I
up.
think
Yeah.
that's what I might do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For those like really thick smoothie ones.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
Just have maybe 2 under the bar or something, and that's it.
Like the
Everything else
Skittle
is
Me
good.
This, I just don't think you could do. Oh man, like just get bulk tap line and just change it out every time. You know, I just
Get like a 3/4 inch.
yeah. So tell us about Trenscend, how it started, the idea for Trenscend.
So actually, for those of you who don't know, I started another brewery called Skygazer, and I was co-owner and brewer of that brewery. And without getting into details,
Yep.
we had a partnership separation. So my partners kept the brand, and they brew at a 12% now, killing it out of there. And I decided to stay here long story short, I wanted to continue to make my own beer.
Yeah.
That's basically the bulk of it. I enjoy doing it. It's what I wanted to keep doing. I didn't want to pay somebody else to do it. So, yeah, we separated, and Trenscend I actually had on a list as a beer name when we were Skygazer.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of like flipping through, and we separated. I'm like, what am I going to call
Yeah.
this brewery?
Yeah.
And that one just popped out to me for some reason, so we just went with it.
Very cool.
It also has slight, you know, it seems like it has even a kind of a bigger meaning with you, with the separation, you going on your own.
It could be
and you're
interpreted
evolving
that way.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not why I picked it. I think I was going to make like a double IPA, and it was going to be called like Transcend or Transcendent IPA or something. I don't remember. And it just, I don't know, it stood out. It was a cool word. Like,
Yeah.
So I liked it. Maybe there was some subconscious there, but, but it wasn't intentional.
Like a phoenix kind of
Yeah.
thing, or just growth, or
just like moving.
coming new.
Yeah. Moving on, moving forward.
Yeah.
So with the how hard is it to figure out exactly what you're going to put in one of your crazy ass sours? Because the ingredients list is crazy sometimes.
I'll tell you. I think I'm one of the luckiest people alive, because honestly, like, I don't know how I pull it off half the time, because I'm not BSing. Like, I have an idea and I think it can come out awesome.
Yeah.
And then it comes out good, and I'm like, how the hell did it taste like? Like, this is fantastic, you know? But no, I mean, there's a lot of trial and error. I've definitely learned along the way what fruits pair well with other fruits. Like, you can't have all sweet fruits, you can't have all tart fruits, you know? And then just styling and recipes as far as, grains and lactose, and stuff like that. So I'll look at other things that I've done that I know came out well.
Yeah.
And then, like, play off of those for new recipes.
Because some of the stuff, I mean, we laugh, but it's just so hard to believe that you didn't know exactly how it was going to come out.
Yeah.
When they come out.
I get lucky a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys had melted.
It's
the
so
first
spot
melted,
on.
No.
which was lemon, orange, pineapple. It was like a creamsicle sour that I did.
Actually, no. I did have that one.
Did you have it?
Yeah,
I
did
did
have
not.
that one. Yeah, it was good.
Like, I
Don't
just took
no
a shot in
Yes.
the-
No.
I took a shot in the dark on that, and then I was like, yeah, this is good. But no, for real, like, I'll taste it along the way. So I might do what I think is done, my main fruit additions, and then I'll sample it, and I might feel like it's still missing a little something.
Yeah.
So then I'll make some adjustments, add some more fruit, or whatever the case may be.
So I
do baby step things.
So do you do most of the fruiting adjuncting in the fermenter itself, not in the brew process, or is it a little bit of both?
Actually, I do everything post-fermentation.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I won't say everything. That's not true. So, like, the gozas and other things I'll do in the fermenter, but everything else is cold fruited. So it's after the beer is cold crashed, all the yeast is dropped out. And that's
Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the new school way to do it. You can ferment out your fruit, but then the beer is definitely going to be more tart because you're not adding those sugars from the fruit.
Yep.
It won't be as thick because at that point everything's going to drop out for pulp and whatnot. And I think this is a style that people appreciate for what it is, for those who like it.
Yeah.
But that's, most other breweries, maybe not now, I do see a transition moving towards that, but like most other breweries make, like a bright, crisp, fruited goza or fruit sour that's not smoothie or not pulpy. So when we started doing that with the previous brewery, that's what gave us traction. Because there weren't too many people in Connecticut, if any, doing it. New Park was probably the closest.
Yeah, I would say New Park with the Blender series.
But theirs aren't even pulpy, and they pride themselves on that.
Yeah.
So it's still a little bit different.
When you guys were Skygazer, it was the first brewery in Connecticut that was doing those crazy fruit
That had a
sours.
laundry list of fruits. And
Yeah,
just like,
it would be like you
not
read
doing
the
that.
can and it's like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that was coming out. But yeah, I
Did
mean,
some wacky stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the
Did you
Skittle
like
is.
the Pilsner?
Yeah.
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 No, that was that was fantastic. I love a good Pilsner. I mean, I truly do love a good Pilsner. There is something how like it's just so unique in the flavor profile and the lightness, but with the breadiness, and it feels like a pure beer.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
beer.
Yeah, it's just like in its full form. This is how, you know, in the 1200s and fucking way
Right.
Yeah.
when you know when they had to actually say you're not allowed to put blood in beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this is how they
Four
enjoy
main
the,
ingredients, and
yeah,
you
for
just
real.
made the purest thing you could.
Yeah, it's funny because when I have an audio book about like the whole beer history of beer and stuff like that, and it was just like it's not something you think about. Oh yeah, you're not allowed to put, you know, pork blood in the beer to, you know, it's like, hold on, what? Wait, that's what they did?
Time out.
It's fine.
Well, I want to showcase, you know, I don't want to say my skills, but like, you know, the fact that I can make a wide variety of beers, because we do get a lot of people that are, we kind of bottlenecked ourselves into this sour brewery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people will call those, oh, this isn't beer, this isn't beer. Well, it's like, okay, but if you guys tasted the base, before I add any fruit, anything, just the sour base, it tastes fantastic.
Yep.
You know, I'm not adding the fruit to hide behind it. I'm adding the fruit because that's what sells, and I have a business to run.
Right.
Yeah.
But this just, you know, I want to make a little bit of everything so people understand that I'm not just like a sour brewer.
We say that all the time, knowing how business needs to be, you know, because we come from an industry where it's all about business. We come from the art industry, so it's all about business, all about making money. Yeah, we made this last year. How can we make more? We made this last month. Yeah, we need to make more the next month.
Always more.
You know, it's always more and more and
Yep.
more. So we understand the business aspect of it, and you got to brew what sells. And
You have to follow the trends.
yeah,
Because if you're making a bunch of traditional styles, especially without a tap room,
yeah,
nobody's going to come to my door.
no,
Right.
So, you know, I hate to say, you know, you have to make hype beer, but like, you have to know what people get excited about,
Yeah,
and what they get excited about will sell. So that's what you got to make. You know?
That's the one small little, you know, without a tap room, you're locked in to making what would bring people here,
Correct,
or make people buy, you know, the beer off the shelves,
right?
So that way you can sell more.
Yep.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know, you gotta run your business. But as long as you're making shit like this,
Yeah. This is why Brewheads exists.
Yeah.
For beers like this.
Thank you.
We love all the other stuff. That's all good. It's great. It's fun. You know, it's inventive. We'd love to see the crazy stuff that comes out.
That's my creative
We'll
outlet.
ride the hype train, but this is why we drink beer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm glad you
it's
like
it. Very impressive.
That is.
But I say this jokingly. I can't sing. I don't play an instrument. I'm a crap artist. I said, so like making beer is sort of my creative outlet.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
It lets me, I don't know. That's where my art comes in.
This
I guess.
this is art.
Liquid art.
Yes.
Liquid art.
Yes.
Oh,
it
God,
is so
it is good.
It is so. That is a damn good Pilsner.
Thank you.
I wish you could have it on tap all the time.
Yeah.
We're working on it. So we have been looking for something for a solid year now.
Well, this is the perfect market to buy. So if you're looking,
now's the time.
It's probably going to be a lease. But
if you don't want any equity, buy now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I think commercial is a little different than residential, but there's just nothing available. Nothing that fits the criteria with square footage, parking, ceiling height, electrical requirements. There's a lot that needs to be, and zoning.
Yeah.
So we found buildings we found buildings that would have been perfect. Come to find out after talking to the town that it's in the wrong zoning and they wouldn't allow a brew pub there. So, you know, we keep moving forward. We have a lead right now on, I'm not going to get into any details because there's nothing definite yet, but we do have a lead right now in Southington on a building that is properly zoned. Good parking, good square footage, good ceiling. Basically, it fits, checks all the boxes. And hopefully I'll know something within the next couple of weeks.
It's so hard to find a good commercial product.
Yeah.
It is so hard.
People don't realize.
I wouldn't think it was.
Yeah.
You know, we started looking. I'm like, oh, there's all these machine
Look
shops.
at all these buildings.
These guys are going out of business.
Old mills.
No.
Nope. It is hard.
Because there's so much BS when it comes to breweries and alcohol and stuff like that a lot of people don't understand.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of red tape with a lot of that shit, and it makes it
Just
very,
trying to get
very
someone to
hard.
call you back.
Yeah, it makes it very, very hard.
I think for us, the biggest thing have been zoning. So I'll say the towns, but you know, the zoning areas were set up long before.
Yeah.
And just as an example, I live in Bristol. So in Bristol, you can only have a brew pub in the downtown area, and they won't expand that.
Oh,
like
wow.
that's an internal decision.
Yeah.
So where Firefly and Better Half was, like that's
that's
only
it.
spot. So if you want to move to Bristol, you're going to be concentrated with, you know, in just one small little area instead of being on the outskirts. We found an awesome building over by ESPN right off of West Street. Couldn't do it. So
It's
got to keep going.
It's the little red tape bullshit, man. That it's just it's so frustrating.
Yep.
So frustrating. And I don't even own a brewery, and I'm frustrated.
But like I said, we have a promising lead, so hopefully we'll be able to do something with it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's funny because like you would think Connecticut is kind of saturated between, you know, the size of Connecticut, as many breweries as out there, but I still don't think it's saturated yet.
I don't think so.
I think there's a lot of
room.
options, but there's still so much room for so many more breweries out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the thing that worries me. It's not how many breweries; it's the size of some of the breweries. Because I feel like if you're below a certain size, for us, we have almost no overhead. It's just my wife and I. We have no employees. We do everything. We don't have to worry. You know, we sell our beer. We're paying our bills. It's not a problem. But if we were just a little bigger, where we had a small tap room that could fit like 30 people, now you need employees, you need more overhead, more insurance, you have more liability. But if you're not filling that place every day, you're still struggling.
Yeah.
You know, so it's almost like you don't have to go huge, but like you got to get to a certain size where, you know, like Alvarium Kinsman, like where the size makes sense because you're going to have the sales to cover the overhead. I know,
Yeah, that's like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, no, it's very true. Yeah, there is a certain point where, because I mean, look at, you never know, COVID. Look how many people shut down because of COVID. And they had smaller tap rooms, no distro.
Right.
You know, so.
Or they had a big tap room and they couldn't open.
Yeah,
and it was
couldn't
just
open. Yeah.
You know,
and if they didn't have distro,
and
that was
they didn't have distro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's man, it's one of those things where the people who had good business models were able to survive, were able to adapt, and the ones that didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. See,
you know,
we almost obviously didn't. We opened long before COVID as Stargazer. I opened during the height of COVID,
right?
But that was almost like COVID proof. Right, we didn't have a tap room. We didn't have the overhead. People knew to come to us to buy the beer to go. And then when we just switched to online because of COVID, it's like our sales got even better.
Right.
You know, because now nobody has anything to do. They can't go anywhere, so they're just sitting on the
computer.
Ordering beer.
So that worked out great. But now it's definitely the time for us to like expand and grow and take that next step.
It's very weird how the ones you thought might close did amazing. The ones that, you know, were huge and you're like, they'll be fine. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
It's just it hit in so many different areas in different ways, and then the restrictions would come off and then back on and come off and back on. But by then at least people had
all those weird
the food restrictions.
As long as you had a bagel or something in front of you.
It was like
how is that going to prevent
COVID? It's like
as long as you're eating.
COVID is proper. It will wait until you're done eating to enter you.
It's not like that waitress that comes over right when you take your bite. You know, I can wait. Oh, man. So what are your favorite styles to brew?
My favorite styles to brew. Honestly, I think the Pilsners are my favorite styles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be the easiest.
It is one of the easiest. It's one of the smallest grain bills because it's a 5.2%. You know, it's a little bit more on the cellaring end of things. It's a little bit more labor intensive, but not much. It's more just like scheduling and making sure that you're keeping up with things, temperatures and whatnot. I think I've done so many fruited sours. I'm like burnt out on those. But the brewing process is fine. It's just like all the putting in that gets old. But it's still fun.
It seems like most of your work for the brewing process is on the back end and the front end when it comes to a lot of your beers.
Well, for the sours, I mean, cellaring is really important, and like fermentation and conditioning and everything. But it's everything. I mean, your brewing process. I made a lot of mistakes, especially like we have a cheap brew house just because it's what we could afford at the time. You know, it's a small 5-barrel. There's no bells and whistles, and learning how to use that took a long time. There were a lot of mistakes made where you could get hot side aeration, you could get things that could create off flavors, and so it's just like trying to dial in the equipment and your process with that equipment. But
he wants
tear it out. Anyway, so it's equally as important, I think, on both ends. And in regards to styles, I don't know. I think the Pilsners are about the shortest brew day, the least amount of grains. It's just like an easy brew day. Yeah. But the sours aren't much more difficult. IPAs take a lot longer, because you have a Whirlpool edition, and then it's a longer brew day. It just adds to the length of the day, but not the difficulty necessarily.
Okay. Yeah. So, what kind of brew system do you have?
Well, it's a company called Colorado Brewing Systems. However, they are out of business now.
Okay.
They went out of business during COVID.
Yeah.
Using COVID as their reason for
right.
going out of business, which may or may not be the truth. Who knows? I feel like COVID was kind of like
it was a good excuse for a lot of people to just check out.
They could save face. They didn't, have to say, we screwed up running our business. COVID was the reason. Not us, but so it no longer exists, but it works. I mean, it makes beer.
It's funny because we talk to a lot of brewers about their brew systems. It's funny because outside looking in, and it's funny because us being in the automotive industry, it just didn't dawn on us how many different brew systems there are, and how many breweries are using different brew systems. And it's just weird. I never thought about that until I actually asking, about brew systems. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, there's a lot of different systems that a lot of people use around here.
Yep. And the systems move from brewery to brewery. Weehaw has Alvarium's old brew house.
Yep.
Tox has Back East.
Back East.
Old canning machine.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, new equipment is super expensive.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Especially when we obviously we don't price out new equipment, but we've heard of what breweries in Connecticut are paying for. Someone else upsizes and they sell that, and what that sold for was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's used.
Oh my God. Yeah. Cool. I mean, right now you're cheaper buying a couple brew systems than a house because it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I thought my toolbox was expensive.
Nothing.
I know. It's like, that Snap-on stuff's not cheap, though.
No, it's not. I just finished paying. I just realized. It was like, hold on, wait. My Snap-on account hasn't... Oh, I'm done!
No.
Oh.
That's a good feeling. That's like paying off a student loan.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yep. Well, you can buy this box for $50 for the next 18 years.
Only
that's
$50
a great deal. That's a great deal.
They're marketing geniuses.
Oh yeah. My wife, what's this Snap-on every week? Don't worry about it, honey.
Don't worry about
it. I need it for work.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But you're a parts manager.
I need it for work.
Need it for work.
I need it for work.
Yeah.
All the other guys are buying it.
Yeah.
Oh. Man.
That actually was a good feeling though when I realized
That's a great feeling.
I was not paying for Snap-on anymore. It was like, why isn't he taking it? I'm looking, it's like 60. He never takes out an amount with change, and it's like, oh, I'm done.
Now you just
anytime you
not
pay
buy it.
anything off, it's just like
Oh,
you
yeah.
just lost 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like instantly.
As
like,
long as you're not mentally going, what can I buy now?
Yeah.
As
or
long-
what did I actually pay for that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. No, I'm
no,
not even. No.
That's
no,
like
no.
beer. You don't
Yeah.
add it up.
No.
Never add it
Add
up.
it up.
I did that a month ago on my house.
Oh,
Don't do it.
I wouldn't.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I don't plan to.
So upsetting.
I don't plan to at all.
Like the
The
amount of
paperwork
money.
tells you in the beginning. You just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
But no one pays attention. You're signing like 50 documents. No one pays attention.
You only pay attention to your monthly payment,
Yeah,
not how much
exactly.
you're going to end up paying back in total
Yeah,
after 30
yeah,
years.
for real.
It's basically a Snap-on deal. You just,
Yeah.
you just live in it.
You just pay. Just don't even ask questions. You just pay.
It's a necessary evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Until something blows up in it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, did I do this?
Shit,
Where's the landlord? No, fuck, I'm the landlord.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need my light fixture fixed. Go to Home Depot. Fuck.
Here I go for your pooper pipe.
Oh yeah, when that. Oh my God, my I have a finished bathroom in my basement, and it runs on the same drain as my kitchen and my washing machine. So when I would wash clothes, and there's a shower in there, all on the same drain. So when I would wash clothes, all of a sudden I would just get this backup. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Get a plumber. They try to clear out a clog. It's like they clear it out. They get it all going. It's like, yeah, it looks like it's good. The only thing I can think of is there's a bent pipe in there. Won't know until it clogs up again. A couple months later, clogs up again. And it's like, oh my God. They had to go in, fucking dig up the damn concrete to go look at the pipe. Someone in their bright mind put a catch under the concrete attached to the pipe.
It was catching.
It was catching everything and clogging up. It was like, he was like, who the fuck did that? that doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
He's like, it must have just been the only pipe they had. It's like $3,000 later.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sounds like brewery expenses.
Yeah.
It's like anything, something happens, it's not, $50, $100.
no. Always 1,000 plus,
Yep.
always. Yep.
It's the starting point.
So what do you got coming down the line?
Let me see. So this week, what do we release?
We know we got Rhapsody coming in a couple weeks.
Yep. So this week we released 2 new sours. One is Berry Berry Smoothie, Raspberry, Blueberry, Cranberry. And then the other one's called Jungle Juice, and it has like everything in it. It's passion fruit, orange, guava, mango, pineapple,
Everything tropical.
dragon fruit, and coconut.
God.
Oh.
It's canned if you guys want to try it.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? No,
All right.
we're going to try that. But God
I'll grab it.
damn.
Yeah, that's like the kitchen sink. We
Yeah.
just kind of like threw it all in to make it as tropical as possible.
Then this is another one. They didn't know how it was going to go.
Yeah. You know what? We're just
This
going
one I did have.
Okay.
But
It's similar enough to some
that's
other
a
ones.
lot of money in fruit.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
90 of these
up.
beers are like, 90% of these beers are like half-court shots, not looking.
Just to put things into perspective, a pallet of fruit with the boxes that I get of the purees,
Yeah.
48 boxes, $6,000. So that's like I mean, people are always curious why this stuff
Oh,
costs
no,
so
no,
much.
I know why.
But
no,
that's why.
I know why it's like
Yeah.
$20 for a 4-pack. I mean, it's a lot of fucking fruit.
Yeah.
Read the description.
Yeah. And the label, and
Yeah.
the CO2, and the can, and the
Yeah.
lids, and the tools to do it. Like,
And unfortunately, with our economy right now, in the last
Yeah.
6 months or even a year, everything has gone up.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Even
Yeah.
hats. We ordered these hats. They went up almost 25% from the last order. Just everything. Yeah, everything's going up. It's crazy. Trays doubled in price. Cans have gone up.
Oh, my God.
The cardboard trays.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything's just going through the roof. And we're trying not to increase our prices. We did raise our cans 10 cents a can.
Gotta
Gotta do something.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
Yeah, and that's like not even breaking even. But we don't want to be the people that keep bumping our price.
Yeah,
Like, we want to try to. So
yeah.
I'm trying to find ways that I can not cut corners in the process, but
Yeah.
save money.
Save money
where you
save
can,
money
yeah.
there, find the same chemicals to clean, but maybe they're a little bit cheaper, or find a cheaper whatever. But then not when it comes to ingredients, because the cheaper the ingredients, the worse your beer is
cheaper
gonna
the
be.
ingredients are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cheaper the less product,
the less
quality you're going to get.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all got to stay the same. And then electric bills going up. You know, like it's just like everything. Gas prices now for distro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
actually we just my parts department we just added fuel fees.
Yeah.
To deliver.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, we had no choice now.
We just did a 3-case minimum. So like, because we used to get people, and if we're en route, whatever, they would order just a case or 2 cases. But it's like, if you want me to stop by, you got to order at least 3 cases. Like, it's not even worth my time and gas to drive out of the way for 10 minutes to drop off a case, and then, you know what I mean? That's 20 minutes of time, gas, everything else, and the profit margin is not big enough to, accommodate it. So.
Yeah, the fuel's, that's a big hit.
Yeah.
The fuel. Yeah. It's a real big cost that a lot of people don't equate. Unfortunately, with stuff,
I mean, it's everything though, right?
Yeah.
Like your grocery store, food's through the roof right now, but it's because it's all transported.
It's all trucked
the cost of diesel is. I mean,
oh God.
I don't know. I think it's at an all-time high. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be. I mean, when I run out of oil for hot water, it's just cold showers for a little while.
I don't blame you.
I mean,
I can do it in the summertime. In the wintertime, I can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's like. We just wanted to go like all tropical.
Yo.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a 16-ounce glass, but.
God,
this smells like
damn.
like fruit on the beach.
Yeah.
Some people don't love passion fruit. I love passion fruit. So you have passion fruit and coconut in there. So if those are one of 2 things or both that you don't like, then it might not be your thing. But this beer cannot really.
Yeah, you can. Damn.
There's so much fruit. It's not. There's no head retention.
It's kind of. Ooh. You can pick out like all the flavors.
Ooh,
from the
there's a
smell,
coconut.
too.
Yeah.
And the passion fruit. Okay, that's good.
It's a good thing I hit record.
It's a wave of like. Oh my God.
I've had a couple people try it that said they get pineapple, which I think is subtle for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fruit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
Some of these fruits aren't super pulpy. More juice-like. So the beer itself isn't one of the thickest ones that we made because the berries tend to be a lot thicker with the pulp.
Wow.
I taste the pineapple.
I just got
pineapple.
orange. Like
you get orange. Holy cow.
Orange, passion fruit, pink guava, mango, dragon fruit, pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and milk sugar. Heavily fruited and unfiltered. Keep cold.
The only thing I really don't taste is dragon fruit, but just probably because of all the other shit that's in there.
Yeah, and dragon fruit is just kind of earthy. It doesn't really have like a strong flavor.
But I'm sure.
But it has a color which turned it orange.
Yeah, with that name, you think it's going to be like the most overpowering.
Yeah.
But it's like gently roll can before consuming. No shit.
No shit. Wow.
Oh.
We always recommend pour the entire can into a glass. You know?
Yeah.
You can drink out of the can, whatever, but you're going to get everything blended properly.
Actually, we found out so many times because when we do reviews, we split a can.
Yep.
Like the last one we did was Broken Symmetry. They had a New Zealand Pilsner.
Yep.
That's next on my list. Well, I don't think I'm going to get to it till next year because by the time this thing's done, I'm going to have to start a stout for the fall.
Oh, okay. Wow, yeah.
And it's like my tank space is,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I said with scheduling. But yeah,
they did a New Zealand Pilsner. And when we...
Did you get
them? Yeah.
That's right.
Did you get them or did you scare them?
Don't worry, I'll But yeah, we had a New Zealand Pilsner, and unexpectedly, Pilsner, it actually like kind of separated. We didn't roll the can, and we split it, and it was like 2 different beers.
We're reviewing and describing
we were reviewing 2 different beers.
Yeah.
And it was
I
just...
get this. I get that. Like,
it was like...
What are you drinking?
It's like... What? Yeah. So it's not the first
Swap
time.
glasses, and then it was like, this is amazing.
It's not the first time that we've, shared beers and like, oh, no, I got a completely different beer than you got.
I mean, especially with the fruit stuff, IPAs. For us with the Pilsners, if we start seeing at the end of the canning run the line starts to get hazy, that's it. We cut it off. Doesn't matter what the loss is. So we don't want to fill that and then have it separated in the can.
Yeah.
Which sucks financially, whatever. But like the product, I want.
Yeah.
Sucks
like,
even worse.
You
having
poured
a bad
that
wrap
out,
on
and
a beer.
there's nothing. So, and it will, because even when you're conditioning it in the bright, you're still going to get a little bit of haze to drop out of it.
Yep.
And then that's going to start getting sucked into the beer at the end of the canning run.
Okay.
So I'll actually pull towards the end. I'll start opening cans like at the very end.
Yeah.
And if it's hazy, then I'll go to like 4 cans ahead of that. And then if that one's clear, I'm like, okay, keep everything ahead of that. And then these just
Yep.
in all honesty, they don't go down the drain. They go to my house.
It's still
exactly.
good.
Yeah, it's still good.
It's still
good beer. Just the QC isn't there for
sales.
Yeah, especially when you got a 4-pack.
For consumers,
You crack one and it looks like this, and you crack another one, it looks like a Pilsner.
Yeah.
Like,
But we're
it
like
still tastes good.
super micromanaging, like full hands on. I get that things are probably going to change a little bit when we have help. And I have to hire people and helping with canning and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to be as OCD as me. That's something I'm going to have to like learn to live with.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good help.
I think there's a lot of good people out there.
Oh yeah,
it's just,
it's
when you're like compulsive like I am, It's
Yeah.
like you want to.
No, I wouldn't think that at all with the beer that I drink here. Not at all.
Honestly, you'd never think with the beers that you put out that you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out every time. It's always like that's why I think it's hard for us to even believe that like some of the beers that you come out with.
You ask
like,
anybody I know, I don't like most of my beer.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I am more disappointed in the things that I make than I am pleased with it. Honestly, because I have something in my mind that I think very specifically this is what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
And then when it's just, even if it's a little bit different, I just feel like I failed. So.
This guy's the Steph Curry of beer. And
Yeah,
he's like, no. Shooting a 30-footer, no. I should have shot it from 33.
It was good. It wasn't a swoosh. It hit the rim.
It was good.
Yeah.
It
Right.
wasn't great. But I'll tell you honestly, I'm probably happiest with the Pilsners that I made than anything else.
I mean, this is fun. It's fun to drink.
fun.
Yeah.
It's got crazy, wacky flavors.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-ouncer though. You know what I mean? Like you can't drink 6 of those.
No, it's very true. Yeah, it's very true.
No, I could drink one every night of the week.
Yes.
But it would be one.
Yeah, you're better than me.
Yeah.
I'm good for about a half a can of like smoothie sour.
Well,
So just like fill it.
send them,
with
dude.
it.
Send them.
Yeah.
We'll take access to your fridge.
No, I love the playfulness of them and all that, but it's just like for me, they fill me up so fast. There's just a lot going on.
So what made you think that orange, passion fruit, pink guava, mango, dragon fruit, pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and milk sugar
Would work?
would work? Since you knew this one would work.
Just past experience.
Yeah.
So your classic POG, passion fruit orange guava, is it's been around forever. That's drinks, not alcoholic.
Yeah.
Juice
Yep.
drinks, whatever. So that we know works. And we did Island Sunset that we released at our grand opening when we opened Trenscend, and that was basically POG, passion fruit orange guava with mango and pineapple.
Yep.
And it's like if you already have tropical mango and pineapple, I think right? I mean, the only one that I was a little bit iffy on was the dragon fruit, but again, like you said, I figured there was enough of the other stuff going on where the dragon fruit would work, and then coconut's also tropical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, kind of made sense.
Because goddamn, that's
Yeah.
There are definitely some things that don't work great together. Like I feel like raspberry and mango don't necessarily.
I wouldn't
work
even
great together.
thought of that.
Yeah, there's just like it creates
Yeah.
a new third flavor.
Yeah.
You don't taste the raspberry, you don't taste the mango, and maybe in the right combination it works. But there are definitely certain fruits that don't really work well with
I
other
wouldn't
fruits.
even thought to put those two together.
I mean, there's only so many fruits out there, so
Yeah.
it's like we've made I think over 100 different fruited sours since we've opened. We haven't even been open for 2 years, so you kind of learn what works and what doesn't.
I think you ran through the fruit gambit.
I know. I'm still coming up with stuff though. I even surprised myself. I'm like, I'm done. I have no more ideas. And then I'm like, oh wait a minute, this will work.
Walk into Whole Foods and you're like, the hell's that? I could try it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy a pallet.
I'll buy a pallet.
Why not? $6,000.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the next one will be a Bloody Mary smoothie.
That one I can't do.
Someone did that.
There are a few things that I refuse to do.
Bloody Mary's your limit.
I mean, I think probably for me the wildest would be like a peanut butter and jelly sour, where peanut butter you wouldn't think that it works in a sour. And done right, it does. But
yeah, I'm trying to think. Have I had a peanut butter sour? I don't think I have.
I wouldn't want to clean it.
That's
where my mind went first.
I wouldn't want to clean it.
I use a defatted peanut flour, so it's like a powder that you add in the brewing process.
Not
you're
like
not putting jars of. You're not going to big wide Costco's getting the jars of Skippy.
No.
Bogos, just throwing them in.
Because also the fat content of peanuts, I mean, this doesn't have any head, but like it completely will kill any carbonation, like any head retention. So the defatted flour works nice. It gives a full roasted peanut character of it, with just no sweetness.
Okay.
But it's a peanut butter and jelly.
Add milk sugar.
Well, that and fruit.
Yeah.
And when you're adding the fruit, you're adding the sweetness after the fact,
Yep.
so it does end up working. But it shouldn't. I haven't done any sours with chocolate. I'm not a fan of anything that I've ever had that's like a sour with chocolate, but that's personal.
Yeah.
Because other people love them. And
I don't think I've had a sour.
I just haven't brought myself to making one because
I
I
don't
don't.
think I've had a sour with chocolate. That doesn't. Yeah, I don't think that would.
It's not appealing to me right now.
White chocolate's different because it's just sweet and like vanilla-y.
Yeah.
But actual cocoa or like what I use in some of my stouts.
Yeah, I would figure that would be.
Yeah. Because it's roasty.
Yeah.
But so is roasted peanuts. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's.
But that's where it's fun to experiment, try new things, and hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, you still got to sell it.
Steph Curry over here.
Jeez.
Just throwing them up and walking away.
That's why I say though, like I feel like I've been really lucky.
I like your luck. The taste of your luck is very good.
Oh my God, yeah. I can say I've never been disappointed with beer that you brew, except stouts. But that's just because of the whole. It was like the chocolate soda-y.
Oh, the soda-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a.
What am I?
Long time ago. When you guys were Sky Gazer.
We did one stout that was like a lot of the cocoa powder ended up in the can somehow. Was it that one?
It was black or solar or black. What was the name of the beer?
Black
I can't
Abyss?
No.
No, maybe.
There was something with the moon.
Yeah.
Moon Loop?
Might be.
Yeah, Moon Loop. Yeah,
Okay.
It was Moon Loop. Yeah.
So those were fruited also.
Were they?
Yeah. All the Moon
No
Loops were
shit.
fruited, yeah. So one was like cherry, one was strawberry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they ended up being a little bit like thicker, but like
Yeah.
strawberry, chocolate, or
That's right. No. I remember. Yeah.
maybe we
There was
No,
like
'cause
a,
you know
like
what?
a
Yeah.
soda feel.
Yeah.
to it.
For me, it had
Yeah,
like
I don't
a
recall.
chocolate.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah,
You did.
I was the only one that got.
Yeah.
Because I might be the only fat kid that had chocolate soda before.
Roll the kid.
So.
they made
Okay.
a chocolate soda.
Yeah. I had no idea.
I mean, I know Yoo-hoo, but that's not carbonated.
No.
No.
There's a chocolate soda.
Oh yeah. Never
Yeah,
had it.
and
Didn't know it
that's-
existed.
Clinton and I were the only two people that when
Yep.
I said, he was like, yeah. It's like
I had
and
no
you were
idea.
like chocolate soda.
Chocolate
It's like,
soda.
No. Yeah, they used
Yeah.
to. I don't know if they still make chocolate soda, but
But I'll tell you, those days were when I was still trying to learn the equipment, figure out what worked on it, what didn't. It's an electric brew house. It's not gas.
How efficient is that?
It's horrible.
Okay.
yeah.
You don't even
I
want
saw
to
the
know.
propane
You don't even
out
want to
there.
know what my. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just for like the HVAC and stuff. You
Oh,
don't even want to
okay.
know
Electric.
what my electric bill is every month. But it's awesome because it lets me know exactly what I want for my next equipment. So a lot of the things that I actually like about this brew house, I want to incorporate into, like a steam jacketed brew house. And there's certain things like it's very hard to do a step mash if you don't have a heated mash tun when you're making a Pilsner. And most breweries don't. Most breweries just have an insulated mash tun. So they heat the water to a certain temperature, they add all their grains. It's insulated so you don't really lose any temperature, but you can't ramp it up. So if you don't have a heated mash tun, there's a longer process where you're basically pulling off some more, heating that, adding it back. It's called decoction, but like you're heating it up slowly, and it's just a huge process. But if you have rakes that can keep moving all the grains, and you have a heated mash tun that'll allow you to actually incrementally increase the temperature of your mash, you can make awesome Pilsners.
No shit.
Without having to do decoction.
Yeah.
So I have that advantage just because of the way that my system is set up.
Electric,
because the brew house doubles as the mash tun. It's like mash basket. It's kind of like a big fancy homebrew setup. That's basically all it is. So it allowed me to know what I want when I expand and what I don't want, and
it's similar to what Tox has, right? Yeah,
I think
same
it
exact
is.
system.
Okay.
Yeah, they said something about not liking their system.
Other than that,
and then not liking the system as well as it being beneficial as what they never want to get. So it was just like,
exactly.
You guys did a banana one, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. You ever had banana in a beer?
Yes.
I have not.
I had Alvarium and Orange Fat Cat, or Fat Orange Cat. I always say it wrong. I always say it wrong. They had, that was actually pretty electric something with banana or something like that. It was actually pretty good.
We've done a bunch of stuff with banana. All of our velvets are banana. Actually, next week we have pineapple velvet coming out, which is pineapple banana marshmallow. That one's not ready to taste.
I got to get my ass to harvest more.
Yeah, Ian doesn't order too often, but maybe every 2 or 3rd release.
Yeah.
So he might have it, he might not.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually, like a lot of your beers that I get is usually from Harvest, because that's my package store choice.
That store's so awesome.
Oh my god!
You walk in that cooler, like you're overwhelmed. You're like,
exactly.
What do I buy?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because like I never go in there knowing what I want to buy for that exact reason. It's just like I'm just going in and whatever
it's like
I
Toys
see.
R Us.
They're like European
40-year-old.
selection.
The European selection's on point.
Wow, yeah, blows my mind. That store's awesome.
Yeah.
How horrible it is walking into like the package store that I frequent, and there's just beer all over the floor, like neatly stacked.
Yeah.
But it's like, put it in the fucking fridge.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, put it in the fridge. Like, you're killing people. Like,
we're small enough where I'm very specific, and we make everybody we do distribution with sign a cold storage agreement. So they have to sign that they're going to keep our beer cold stored at all times. And if they don't, and we find out, I'm just pulling the beer, and that's it. They paid for it. I don't care.
You
that's
have
in the contract.
to. There's certain.
Oh my god.
A heavily fruited sour cannot sit.
Right.
Triple IPA just sitting on the floor.
It could get warm, like if it's in the, you haven't stocked it in yet or whatever, but then put it back in, let it get cold before anybody buys it, it'll be fine. But you can't leave it out for days.
Right.
Like if it's a few hours or whatever, no problem.
I've gone to M&R and seen a Sky Gazer, like a watercolor Sky Gazer on the counter, like, I'm not touching that shit.
I mean, listen, 12% has way nicer equipment. I'm pretty sure they're flash pasteurizing. I don't know if they filter or not. But
still.
The reality is, whether I pasteurized or not, I'm adding real fruit.
Yes.
That shit needs to be refrigerated.
Yes.
Okay? The beer, I'm not, if you don't have to worry about re-fermentation and cans popping, anything like that, great. But it's still fruit. Fruit needs to be refrigerated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to take a carton of Tropicana orange juice and leave it out on your counter.
No, you're not.
No.
Fresh squeezed orange juice for a week. It goes in the fridge.
Imagine this just sitting on. The bubble guts.
I would be so angry.
Just like I can just hear my stomach just bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yep.
Oh man.
That There was the triple that you did.
Hyperdrive or Hyper Speed too. IPA.
Yeah.
Hyperdrive came out really good.
God, that was awesome.
That
The
was
light blue
Galaxy,
can.
Mosaic. Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah. I remember that one. That one was good.
That was phenomenal.
I think it's up there. That can up there. Hyperdrive. Yeah, that one came out really good. That was super creamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Again, that's one where I'm like, what the fuck did I do with this beer? Because I didn't do anything different, but I don't know if it was the batch of Galaxy that I used in it or something, but it came out.
So many different
super
variables,
tropical, creamy
that you can have that just...
It was so good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because I could get hops from, a dozen different hop suppliers. They were grown on different farms.
Right.
Yeah.
And so crop year to crop year, I might get a 2020 versus a 2021 crop. Wildly different.
Yeah.
Depending on rainfall that year, all these different variables. And believe it or not, hops make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Galaxy is known to add a creaminess and just add body to a beer. And
I love a good Galaxy beer.
Yeah, me too. Some people hate Galaxy. I don't understand.
Clinton hates Galaxy.
I love Galaxy.
Hates Galaxy.
It's the acidic
piss.
the acidity doesn't agree with some people with the Galaxy.
Maybe it's like cilantro, right? Like you love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's just some people they get that like cat pee character.
Oh yeah.
I don't. I get all just like tropical and like
same thing with me. I get a lot of tropical notes from it.
I
don't really get a lot of acidity from it or anything like that. It's crazy how beer, palate to palate, will just, person to person. That's the one thing that we love about when we're drinking beer, reviewing beer.
Uniquely personal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beer is so personal.
Everyone's taste buds are different.
Everyone picks up different notes, different flavors. Everyone enjoys different beers for different reasons.
Yep.
And the fact that there's just so much of it.
That's the hard thing. Like as somebody who brews and owns a brewery, and I see it going away, but like Untapped, you can't just ignore it, right?
Yeah.
But you're looking through, but you have to let yourself know that my favorite beer somebody else is going to hate.
Exactly.
Their favorite beer I might hate.
Yeah.
So it's very subjective.
But still, don't say I hate Pilsners. This tastes like a Pilsner. It's a 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to rate a beer based on the style and execution, and not because you don't like.
Yeah.
Like we had somebody checking in our stouts when I would do coffee stout. That would rate them like a 0.5, and overall the thing's rating a 4 1/4 or whatever. So I know it's not. So I reached out one time ever, and I was like, I'm really sorry. Was there something wrong with that can? I'm happy to replace it. Whatever you want. Oh no, I just don't like chocolate. Okay. But it's a chocolate stout.
I get it.
Like literally brewed with cocoa powder.
I get it. If it says it.
It's a chocolate stout brewed with cocoa powder. You don't like chocolate and you don't like it. That's a 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it tastes exactly like what you don't like.
I know. So that's so I didn't say
that's
anything else. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I appreciate your feedback. I'm not gonna push anybody.
I hate tropical fruits, but I'm gonna grab this orange passion fruit, pink guava, mango, dragon fruit, and I'm gonna try it.
And then rate it.
And rate it.
I don't like it.
Oh my god! It's funny.
There's a creative director.
There it is. Hello. I think we learned very quickly and very early on our lesson with Untapped.
Yeah.
And then we also learned we're kind of going to stop rating the beers. And just telling you what the beer is like.
Tell them what the experience. Yeah, because
it's so subjective, so personal that I'm rating it horrible. This person's not going to drink it because I said it was horrible, even though they like that style and I don't.
Right. Like if you don't like saisons, you're not going to like a saison.
Exactly.
Right.
But other people love them.
So just describe what the beer is. Give your feelings on how accurately they did that.
Yep.
And move along.
That's it.
It's just like I said. I love everything about Industrial Arts until I taste the beer, and it's like, oh my god, what happened? But that's just my palate. I can't, it's just.
I like Industrial Arts.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing. I have had everything I could get from Industrial Arts, and I've liked 2 beers. 2. Well, 1.5.
1.5. Yeah.
The Pilsner was okay.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
The Pilsner was okay, and the Saison that they did. Sessions. That's right, Sessions. Oh. It was a
pocket wrench.
Pocket wrench.
Oh yeah.
Oh, love that.
Yep.
But wrench, double wrench, metric,
torque wrench, power.
Yeah.
Torque wrench.
Oh, and it's like everything about industrial art speaks to me. That's my industry.
Right.
Everything, and it's just like I drink the beer, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I've liked more than he has, but there's something, whatever, like the baseline of their beers, there's something about it. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know, like whatever it is. And I pick it out. It just doesn't bother me as much as him.
And it's just the same way where I'm super salt sensitive. So like
So Gozes might not be your thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Gozes are hit or miss. It's like your Goz was perfect with the amount of salt that was in there, wasn't too potent.
Yeah.
I've had a Goz from Alveraman was just like, and I can't drink it.
Well, so that's sort of the, behind the name. We want it to be Goza. We want the salinity to be like we want people to perceive it, but like not be over the top. So it's called Don't Be So Salty. So it's
right.
Yeah. But it's also a play on the Don't Be So Salty. But that's sort of where the name came from. Just the right amount, where like you can sense it, but it's not going to overpower.
Exactly. And that's just my palate.
Yeah.
Not to say that the Goz that Alvarium did was bad. No, it was just way too salty for me. I couldn't really enjoy it.
But somebody else, that's going to be the favorite beer.
Exactly.
Like,
it's going to be their favorite.
Ever had,
And is that, are we, am I wrong? Is that person wrong? No, nope. It's just palates, man.
Yeah.
Palates.
So we stress so much.
Yeah.
And we would, I think that was where we learned early on. We're just going to stop rating it.
Yeah.
Because
it's
just too subjective.
Did I enjoy the beer? Did I not enjoy the beer? If you like this niche, you will most likely enjoy the beer. If it's not something that you're into, maybe.
But that's a really good way to put it.
Maybe don't get it.
Yeah.
It's so subjective, but there's so much beer out there. You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
Just okay. It wasn't a good beer. I didn't like it. Yeah. Move on. Get another one.
I mean, there's definitely misses out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm guilty of it plenty. But if the execution was good and the style is pretty true to the style, then it shouldn't be a 1 or a,
No.
It's even if you don't like that style.
Is it true to style? Yes or no? It's one of the same like Pilsners for us. That's like, is because like the New Zealand Pilsner made us. I said it, maybe we shouldn't be so snobbish about Pilsners. Because with the New Zealand hop, it's a little bit different flavor to it.
Yeah,
completely different flavor to it. It's almost like doing like
what is that? Typically Rawaka Nelson or somsomething.
Yeah. And it's like,
and that's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be fruity,
but
earthy.
It gives you almost like a
grape character.
Like you have to have like a Pilsner and a light IPA, or so it's got these different notes to it. That's just like, oh wow, this is interesting. So it made us stop being beer snobs about Pilsners.
It's still the Speedo of beers.
It is. It is still the Speedo of beers. But it made us rethink.
The banana hammock beer.
It made us rethink the thought process of a Pilsner.
Yep.
Because it was like, God damn, this is good. Yeah, it's not textbook.
It still had some bready.
Yeah.
It still had the crisp. Still nice and clean. But then it was just like,
these.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna leak a little something.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Kyle from Malpractice? Have you ever met him or followed him?
No.
We follow him and we've chatted with him.
Yeah.
So we're doing a collab here in 2 weeks, I think.
Oh, okay.
2.5 weeks. We created a brand new style.
Oh.
It's because we're talking about this New Zealand Pilsner.
Yeah, right.
It's not a Pilsner. It's not a lager. It's not an ale.
Okay.
Have you guys had any California Commons or like IPLs or IPAs or anything like that?
Yep.
So it's in that vein of beer.
Ooh.
But it's not an IPL. It's not a California Common, and it's not a cold IPA. But it's like in that same.
Okay.
So we are calling it an East Coast Common. beast, but it's going to be a brand new style that doesn't exist, and we're taking a shot at it. So
Ooh.
it should be pretty interesting.
Steph Curry over here talking about we taking a shot.
It should be. It should be interesting, but in our minds, it's going to be awesome because it's taking everything that we love about pilsners and lagers. Everything that we love about a good IPA. I wouldn't say New England or a West Coast, but just like an American IPA.
Just
and kind of
merging
them. So it'll be an interesting beer.
Now, when you during the fermentation, is that going to be more IPA style or lager pilsner style?
Yes.
Are you going to split the batch and then put it together?
No. That's what Sam Adams does.
Yeah.
What is that, 76?
Yeah.
So that's been everything Trenscend.
Fucking cameras.
For the second time. So, make sure you check out all their social media. Check out the beer. Jungle Juice is the new poppin'.
Everything from traditional to crazy. Anything you want to get your hands on, check them out.
Yep. And as always,
drink responsibly, stay wobbly. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Deuces.